As the 1992 Life Grand Prix Series comes to a close, we have a title battle with not 2, not 3, but 4 contenders. The race will be taking place at Eastern Creek Raceway in Australia, and this will be a SuperPrix event, meaning that no pre-qualifying session will take place. All entered drivers will qualify for the race. Leading the way on 44 points is the defending champion, Dave Wilson. Second in the standings, 4 points behind Wilson, is young 17-year-old superstar in the making, James Davies. Third on countback is Dutchman Jan van der Meijde, arguably the most improved driver in the series this year. And last but not least of the title contenders is the ever-consistent Jose Bradja on 32 points. Now, we'll take a look back on the season and see how each of these 4 contenders have gotten themselves into a position to win the 1992 Life Grand Prix Series Championship. First up is Dave Wilson. The winner of the inaugural Life GP season last year, Wilson took the title by ruthlessly outscoring runaway championship leader Gio van Dijk by 28 points over the second half of the season. Throughout this season, though, it's been something of a role reversal for Wilson, as he has dominated the championship, save for the period around his injury, which allowed Marky Howard to lead temporarily. However, since Wilson reclaimed the lead with his victory at Davies, he has not won again and has scored only 16 points in that period, less than either of his closest championship rivals. On top of this, Wilson's own business has encountered financial difficulties, which means that this race will be the Londoners' last. Will Dave Wilson be able to go out in a blaze of glory, or will he be denied a second and final Life GP title at the very death? Second in the championship is undoubtedly the form driver right now, James Davies. Davies looked like being a major factor in last season's championship, despite being the youngest driver there by far. However, after many mechanical failures cost him several certain wins, he pulled out and instead ran in the British Formula 3 Championship at the start of this year. After the Dutch round, though, Herman Mann, boss of Foster's Good Call Racing, sacked the disappointing Evelyn Gomez and offered the seat to Davies, which the Welshman took up gratefully. Since then, Davies has never failed to qualify on pole, and has absolutely dominated the last 4 events, only failing to win the Canadian round due to a late race engine failure. This run of 3 successive perfect scores has allowed him to jump straight into title contention despite missing nearly 2/3 of the season. Will Davies be able to make it 4 consecutive finishes and cap off what has been a remarkable return to the series, though? Next up is Jan van der Meijde, a man who has had a season of 2 halves. Following his release from Foster's after a dismal 1991, wherein he only scored 6 points and finished 24th overall, van der Meijde found himself at Al Smith Racing Enterprises, team formed from the remains of James Davies' self-run team. Van der Meijde quickly found himself invigorated from the change of scenery, and found himself in contention for wins from round 1. However, like Davies before him, the Dutchman struggled to finish races. It wasn't until the 12th round of the season, his home race, that he did finally finish for Al Smith. But he managed it in the best possible way, winning. Since then, he has elevated himself into serious title contention by taking a second win at Castle Combe, as well as podiums at the Eastern US and Japanese rounds. Arguably the most improved driver this year, can van der Meijde cap off a stellar second half of the year by taking his first Life GP championship. Last of the 4 title contenders is definitely the outsider for the title, Jose Bradja. Bradja also competed in 1991, but he only managed 9 races that year as he was released from Foster's to make room for Peter Kickert. He did, however, manage to secure a season-long ride at the new for 1992 Scuderia Asso di Fiori team, alongside 1991 title protagonist Gio van Dijk. Although it was Van Dijk who was expected to make the title challenge this year, instead it's been Bradja who has consistently scored points, including his first victory in the series at Birmingham, and he has kept himself within reach of Dave Wilson all year long. However, with only the season finale to go, Bradja still has it all to do. He requires a perfect weekend to even have a chance of winning, requiring pole position, a fastest lap of the race, as well as winning. But do not count the Italian out just yet. Anything can happen in the Life Grand Prix Series.
There is the red flag. Right, red flag for the race, so they're stopping the race.